Welcome. I'm Shay and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to go and do a flip through and somewhat of a review on this tarot I've had for a while, and I haven't had it out of the box for a while. And to be frank about it, I'm not sure exactly how to say Kitty's last name. I've been saying Kahane, the Kitty Kahane Tarot, but it may be the Kitty Kahane. So if I am pronouncing it improperly, I'm sorry, Kitty. The accompanying textbook is by Lilo Schwartz. I think it's a very interesting deck, and the colors are just so vibrant, and I love the artwork. I just love the way, the style of the art. It follows. It's from AGM, and it follows somewhat closely the Rider tarot. And Lilo Schwartz is a psychologist, and she wrote the text with this deck. Well, let's have a look. So in the box, there's the booklet. The Magic Mirrors of Kitty. I like Kahane's. It sort of sounds, I don't know, it sort of sounds Hawaiian. Of Kitty Kahane's Tarot, although I believe she's from Germany. Over in Europe, anyway. And it's a nice book, a little bit semi-gloss pages. Let's see now. Oh, there's quite the index here. And, oh, there's coming up on the two people. There's Kitty on the left and Lilo on the right. And I guess some bio of them. And just some introductory on tarot. And then the card descriptions and the like. It looks like and some spreads in the back. It looks to be, quite a substantial booklet. I don't know how, to be frank, I don't know how available this deck is. I'm sure you can find it on eBay. So the different spreads. So that's nice. So let's have a look at the cards. Well, let's see now. Obviously, it comes with like a spacer card with. Yeah, she lives in Berlin. Well, at least as of this printing of this. So that's interesting. The cards are, they're glossy, but they're nice. It's a nice card stock. Let me, for size, I'll get a standard. No, they're exactly the same size. So they are standard tarot deck size. The backs are nice. They're not reversible, if that's important to you. The sun is not reversible. But the images are nice. Funny, everything else on the card is reversible, except for the face of the sun. So let's have a look. So the colors are so vivid, and it's very much the Rider-Waite-Smith system. So if you can read this right out of the box. So the Fool. Instead of having a magic wand, he has a bird. But his implements are on the table, very classic symbolism. And the hat is very reminiscent of some of the Marseille decks with the infinity sign. High Priestess. The Empress. The colors are, like I said, they're just amazing. That's an interesting one for the High Priest. How many High Priests do you know that would do that down the street in his pajamas? Yeah. Anytime you see water, it's talking about the emotional aspects of things. This looks like it's flowing water. It's putting on a show for everybody. This one has very much the Garden of Eden motif in there. Chariot. Justice is 8. I forgot about that. Justice is 8, so strength is going to be 11. Yeah, with the blindfolds, this type of justice isn't blind. Nope. You're going to get what you're going to get. It's something that you've earned, good or bad. The Wheel of Fortune. The images are very traditional. The Hermit. They don't seem to deviate from standard RWS. Meanings are strength, shrine. This doesn't look too menacing. Okay, what do I do when I come across the Hangman? I look at it and then I turn it over. I want to see what his facial expressions. Okay. So this is a serene. To me, this is not a punishment or something that you have to look at another point of view or look at things in a different way. Things are kind of hung up right now. You don't need to do anything. There's nothing you can do. Well, that's nice too. It's very much like the Marseille tradition for death, where you have the Reaper sort of. This sort of pays some homage to the RWS because, of course, in the Death card, there's the horse, the white horse. But it has, especially when you have the field of body parts. It reminds me of the Marseille. Temperance. Boy, that takes some effort, huh? I guess there's no gravity over here. That's what I love about these temperance cards that are like that. Oh, look, there's a hidden fish. Standing in water. The devil. I think this is one of the most interesting of the images in the major trumps. She's thinking, I'm just getting out of here. And walks away. Yeah. Things just falling. I think that's probably money. Yeah, chaos. But these experiences are needed to right a wrong, or, well, it's not an atoning card, but it means it's something that's false. Your life is built on something. There's a falsity. Oh, I like that. This is a sign of Aquarius. The moon. All the elements, you see. You don't see the path that you normally would see in the RWS deck, but after you read a while, you know, I think you can sort of just put the card on a blank name and brings it up in my mind anyway. The sun. Yeah, spread your tiny wings. Judgment. The world. Okay, now we have traditional wands as fire, and I don't believe that the suits were renamed. That's wands. Ace of Wands, two wands. People have a hard time. Well, I did, understanding the difference between a 2 and a 3, because they both look similar, right? It's not so much a weighting, but I understand it when I put it all together in an analogy. I came up with an idea. Let me put it together. Should I do it? Okay, let me put it together and see if it works. This is having the idea or desire. What idea? Desire, I guess. And then you have to walk through. This is looks like a window here, but I think that sill should be down here, so we can choose to walk over and accept seeing that path. And that's just that was done, and this is sort of early returns. See if it was worth it. Sort of a little bit of an assessment. There are other cards for assessing things. The Four Wands. This is a card about stability and making something concrete. Now, I don't know. He's running over an archway. I don't know what these are, but he doesn't seem to be too perplexed. But the hands are up, so maybe he's helping something down there. But this is usually a celebratory. Maybe that's why there's a flower on that. There's a little bit of arguments and stuff, strife, but it also just means competition. That's interesting. Leadership. Victory in leadership. With the 7, we have standing up for yourself, but also for a cause, for what you believe, what is right. Now, this is a little different because in the standard Rider-Waite-Smith deck, the 8 of Wands, which this card is, well, the Wands come in the other way and in the Rider deck, but that doesn't really matter. But it is the only card that's in the whole deck that doesn't have a person or a part of a person's body, whether it's a heart or a hand. except for this card in the RWS deck. And the reason I say it, because look, they added somebody. And they added faces here too. Yeah. Incoming, what it is, incoming something. A lot of times it's mail or messages or something. And 9, I've talked about the 9s in my other reviews. 10. You notice, like, see, even some buildings, look. The artwork is really amazing. The page ones. Knight. Fire Knight. Yeah. Every time I see Queen of Wands, I always think she'll get things done. Yeah. Yeah, she ain't shy. King of Wands. Just a second, let me do a little bit of housekeeping here just to... Now the Ace of Cups. Oh, the face in the cup. 2 cups. 3 cups. That's a good depiction of 3 cups because that's the energies. Sharing, you know, sharing your lives, sharing your energies. 4, very typical. Look at the, wow, doesn't he know he's sitting on somebody? Can't be a shadow. Must be his. Well, I'm sure we all can come up with symbolism. Or sitting on our true self, or stifling. Yeah. Regret. Oh my goodness. Well, we can see 3, so we can assume there's 3 on the other side. So she has 6 eyes. 6 eyes, just like a mother. Eyes in the back of her head. 7. Looks like, well, he's in shadow, so this is in his dream world probably, but, or in his thoughts. But from this, by grabbing them, I'm thinking, oh, he's picked 2. And spilling and leaving a trail of emotions behind him. Look, it flows into this cup. 9. On a bridge. Huh. I wonder if this is a cloud with a door. Interesting. 10. Page. Of course, the fish in the cup is a motif in a lot of RWS like decks. Queen. She's all part of flowy. There he is. Don't get your feet wet. Ace of Swords. 2. It's battle. Choice. 3. 4. Huh. That's kind of a shocker. Please, honey, ignore the bird. Ignore the parrot. The images have a simplicity, but they have such an honesty in the image. I even like the way perspective is done there, because it made, of course, by doing it like this, it made the the raft look like the swords. See, they have hilts, so you really wouldn't see that if it was down flat. But that was an interesting way to incorporate the swords, which is, we're going to a better place, but we're bringing emotional baggage. Be careful of that. Secret plans. It's not always wise to tell everyone your business. Well, now, someone had to do that, because sometimes in a lot of these cards, for the Eight of Swords, it comes up as in situations where the person I'm reading for is that person, and sometimes, well, not just sometimes, they themselves have them in it, and then I look at the traditional RWS one, and they would have some, or in some other decks, they would have, I think Victorian Romantic, someone would just be loosely tied with yarn around their wrists, almost like, self doing it. But this one's obviously, this is almost like mummification. But there's still big opening to get out. She can hop out. Oh my, so either that person's window's open and his hair is being blown back, but that's a knife and drops, I guess, and so I guess that's sort of in his hair, but that's what is in his mind. It sort of takes place of a thought bubble. Wow, that's very ingenious. And it's fear of being murdered, obviously. And this is at night, and so look, they've already preparing themselves for things that usually do not happen. This is finality. What's up, Doc? It's done. Yeah. Comet, I guess that's a comet. Comets are notoriously, so they say, bad omens. I think there was a comet just around the time, or just before the time of one of the great plagues that London, England suffered. The information gatherer. The Knight of Swords. Yeah, all of the, of course, the court. Every court card is in you, so everyone has the Queen of Swords in them. It's just that most of us play a role where one of these court cards are predominant in our lives, or maybe two. And the King. Birds. And now the coins, or Pentacles. Looks like a heart. Well, isn't that funny? Because I remember reading, I don't know whose book it was, it was years ago, books of, card descriptions and stuff like that. And one of the, it could even came with one of those books that come with the decks there. that about the, it's about this card, the Two of Pentacles, and how, see, for me, this is a time that balance is required. Finesse. I guess that's a better word. Finesse is required. And, sometimes it also means, I have to not pay this bill so I can pay this bill. And situations like that, robbing Peter to pay Paul. And I remember reading this more than once about, in reference to this figure who was doing this juggling type of thing, that they enjoy doing it. They like it. Well, the reason I say that, because that does look like a heart there, doesn't it? It's not in the traditional RWS image, but maybe that's sort of reflection on that he's doesn't seem too perturbed. Well, this is the master craftsman, sure enough. He's building it for these people. What's on their plans? What is that? No idea. Addition? Because it doesn't look like that. Anyway. The 4. Well, this isn't too clear, but to me, the fives are a difficult number, and usually for this card, it's being in need or want or not, or lacking the resources that are needed. They should be walking the other way, or they just come from the bank. Banks. Well, this is an interesting image. It's the 6 of Pentacles, and it is about generosity, yes, but it's sort of a power thing here. We have 2 hierarchies. We have the them, the got, or the people that have, and the people that haven't, that do not have. It looks like a sailor, and looks like he's getting a boat. So in other words, that sort of, goes along with the traditional meaning with the scales. What is meted out or what is given out has been thought about or has been weighed. So in other words, this guy here wouldn't give this sailor a tractor. He gave him a boat, what was necessary, what he felt was necessary to give. I guess that's the symbolism. Your mileage may vary. Yeah. Yeah, this is the card of assessment. But often the assessment isn't good. Disappointment sometimes. But I just love the art. And the colors are just with this pinkish, I don't know if you can get that. That's sort of a salmon-y light. Beautiful. 8. This is making money. Yeah, hard at it making money. This is, I did it my way. Yeah. At a state that you don't have to rely on anybody. Yeah. Anybody for anything, whether it's all your security, you do it yourself. But like I said in other videos, there's a lonely quality. 10. I attained. I am secure. Yeah. The student. Look at his hat as a face. There's hidden stuff all over this deck. The page. my favorite of the nights if I was a parent. And the Queen of Pentacles. She makes things grow. And finally, we have the King of Pentacles. He's the king of money. Yep, the bottom line. Anyway, so I hope that you found these images enlightening and fun to look at. And enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.